Roshan, and in this video I just want to talk to you about the Empowered Network, what it's all about, and I just want to, tell you about how I got started with it. Now, some of you might have heard about this company before. That's probably how you're on this video. You either searched up if the Empowered Network works, or, you're just trying to find more information about it. But, I'm just here to tell you that it does work. And let me just tell you about how I got started with it. I joined a little while ago, a few months ago, and it has been a great deal for me. Mainly because I've been generating good income, and I wasn't sure about it at first, but my sponsor, her name is Jenna. She told me what it was all about. She told me how she was in the same position I was, and I was just thinking about it. I was like, it's only a $25 investment. If I don't like it, then I just wasted $25. But if it does work out, then I know that I was going to make more than $25. So it could have been either a good investment or a bad investment. But anyways, so I joined, and I followed all the tutorial videos that they provided me with, and it worked. I was generating leads, pretty quick, and it was great. Now, some people say it doesn't work, or like they didn't make money. That is usually because they didn't follow all the tutorial videos, or they were too lazy to read all the guides. They just didn't make the commitment, to work. All I did was follow what they told me to do, which is blog daily, and I made money. Blogging daily is so powerful because, people who are searching for the content you're blogging about, they'll find it, and, they'll read your blog, and they'll like it, and then they'll click on an ad to the right of your website, or the top of your website. The ad will say join Empowered Network. They'll click on it and they'll join. That is how blogging is how most of the top earners make their money. I just want to say, just look at me, guys. I'm young and I'm already making a great income. Something that I wouldn't be able to do if I was working at McDonald's or like a silly job like that. It's easy to make money. The money's just sitting there waiting for you, to grab it. And that's something that I was hearing from a lot of people that I was talking to, because, it's the truth. The money just sitting there, guys. All you gotta do is make the commitment, and, you just gotta grab the money. So, guys, if you do decide to make the commitment, then, you just made the greatest decision of your life. You're ready to make some money. The reason why I say that is because, I know you will succeed. If you make the commitment to work, then, there's no possible way of you failing, that I believe. Like, everyone I have worked with, they made the 100% commitment, and they followed everything I showed them to do. And, some of them, they quit, but some are still making money. Those who quit, I did see that they did get one lead, at least one lead, but, most of the time they quit just because they weren't online as much. But, I'm just going to talk about our Empowered Network team. Our Empowered Network team has like a whole website dedicated to teaching you how to start with the Empowered Network. It gives you, methods, and, it gives you other methods besides blogging daily, to make money. And, those are pretty good methods, they work, but your best chance is to blog daily. But anyways, we have weekly calls with the team, where we share, like, the strategies we use to, gain leads. So if you follow everything we teach you, everything we have on the website, if you join our weekly calls, and implement everything we teach you yourself, then you will make money. There is no possible way for you to fail. Well, that's it, guys. That's all I have to share. And if you remember, guys, if you make that commitment, if you join my team, then you will make money. I hope you guys have a great day.